Hi, good evening, Williams.
Good evening.
How are you doing today?
Well, I must say very good because I am in my favorite city in India, which is Mumbai.
Williams Bess is the Director of Business Development at Frederique Constant. So how long have you been with Frederique Constant?
It has been 13 years, sorry, and soon 14 years now.
14 years.
Yes, I joined the company when I was quite a young boy, and I'm kind of a man.
Oh, that's amazing because that means you've seen the actual and the true horological and technological development of Frederique Constant over the years, and you've been a part of it.
I did, and I when I joined the company, we're really in the middle of the new introduction of the manufacturer collection. I've worked with the previous founders and owner of Frederique Constant.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the shift also with now the new with our new owner.
Mm-hmm.
Citizen
That's amazing.
Group.
But is Mr. Stas still a part of the Frederique Constant group?
Not anymore.
Not anymore,
No,
yeah?
not anymore.
Okay.
And
but it's their vision that started the brand and it set the course for how it's shaping up. So from the research and the documentation says that Frederique Constant is a 36-year-old brand now.
Yes.
And with a lot of emphasis on in-house manufacture caliber development. How have the past 35 years shaped the brand up till now?
Well, I must say what is very important to share that since the beginning, Peter and Aleta had a vision which was to let more people enjoy luxury. And the story, it's quite nice and it's very, even today, is relevant because when they were young, they were traveling in Switzerland, and Peter is very classic guy, and he wanted to buy a watch for him. Mm-hmm. And they went doing windows shopper. Mm-hmm. And they just realized that if you want a classic watch, it has to be very expensive and luxurious. So with the Dutch way of thinking, mm-hmm. they really realized that there is a lack on the market to have a nice watch, classic, with all the features of a luxury product, but at the end mm-hmm. is affordable.
Right.
And that's how they came with Frederique Constant. Even the name, they wanted to give luxurious name. Mm-hmm. But Frederique Constant is not two watchmakers like you can have.
Grandparents, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly, that the great-grandparents, both great-grandparents, and they created it. And what they have created in the past is still actual today. Because our DNA of Frederique Constant is still to be classic, even though we enlarge it a bit, but remain affordable with the philosophy of to let more people enjoy the luxury. So still, this philosophy remains.
That philosophy actually resonates a lot with the Indian mindset as well, because we have a vast middle class that is growing at an exponential rate, and this middle class is worldly wise. They're well traveled, they're well educated. At the same time, the affordability is always in question. That's why a watchmaker like Frederique Constant fits into the Indian into the Indian market and the Indian psyche very nicely. And I guess that's the recipe for success for Frederique Constant in India. Tell me, 35 manufactured calibers over 35 years, which one is the best from the brand, from your side, and which one is your personal favorite?
So in terms of manufacturer movement, the most iconic today is the World Timer. Mm-hmm. It was introduced 2012 with an innovation which consists to set all the function only with one crown. So no pusher, very easy. The CT disc and the GMT disc is moving on the same time as the hour. Right. So again, it was the main idea was to make a movement easy to set, to adjust, but to make it more in an industrialized way, so we can keep a very sharp price.
Oh, sure.
And today is by far the most sale.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
worldwide.
This is something I also touch upon in my brand overview and review video that I'm doing, and I've realized that even though the World Timer complication is pretty useless to Indians, It has not stopped Indians
Exactly.
from buying the watch. And in the
That's
many
amazing.
iterations that
Yes.
you've brought it out on the green colors, the blue, the white, the silver, not just those, but the limited editions that you guys have done with a few of the collector groups in the Middle East.
That was my little babies.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, amazing.
To celebrate the
Fantastic
anniversary, we did introduce every quarter a program what we used to call online to offline. So online we were just releasing 10 pieces only to really get people very eager to sell it on our own website, get a lot of demand leads, and once the watches was sold, usually in a few hours, then we were just sharing to the person who wanted to get this watch, saying you should check with your local partner, go to the retailer because a similar product will be available. And we make some three declination on this product, and this year we produce over 4,000 world timers.
World timers, look at that. Just for my curiosity, two questions there. One is, what is your actual production capacity for Frederique Constant across all collections?
We tend to produce around 100,000 pieces.
That's awesome.
But among the 100,000 pieces, we have three main collections.
Yes.
We have the manufacturer. We have a high life, which also I'm wearing, more classic sport chic collection, and we have the classics. And within the classic, we have entry price points, quartz, but also mid-price range, automatic. But overall, that represents around 100,000 pieces, where the manufacturer product represent 10 to 15%, depending on the year and what kind of novelty product that we have introduced. The year we introduce a tourbillon, of course, it will be reducing the number of product, and there we can focus on others. But like this year, and one of the reasons we are doing this event, to the launch of a new classic moon face, then the production goes higher, and it can represent 20% of our annual production.
Sure. This is the classic moon phase date we're talking about.
Exactly, because it comes with two movements, with the moon phase
and without
716 movement, or without the 706.
And there's a difference in the case thickness between the two movements?
No, it will be exactly the same. Only the moon phase will be the main the difference between the two, and the dial color. That's why we play around with some colors you can find only with the moon phase, and some color only with without the moon phase.
I think these watches are pretty nicely done, if I must say.
And again, this classic world timer have been introduced in 2012, so it's very iconic for us, but also in the industry now. So it's very difficult to be able to say we have a hero product that people recognize. And I mean, just for the story, because we have one customer who would like to make a special edition, a special anniversary, and I just Google it and I put some 3 keywords to get inspired potentially with what the industry is doing. And the first watch came out was a Frederique Constant world timer.
Look at that. That's
so amazing. I was like, okay, that's a kind of a...
Things are working. That tells you that things are working. Nice.
We have done a good job.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Since we've talked about how the 35 years of Frederique Constant have shaped the brand today, can you please tell us more about what direction the brand is heading from here?
So first we realized when we last year when we celebrated 35th anniversary, that the brand, we really wanted to put the brand to a different level, and therefore we had a clear 3-year plan. First one was to get in Watches and Wonders, because it was an achievement by itself already. Because for many years we were participating on the Basel Fair, Basel World, and being able to go to Watches and Wonders, being a Geneva-based brand, was not an achievement, but was very important for us. And we were belonging to a certain category of brand, and therefore it really helped us in a way to get this visibility and credibility as a manufacturer. We also have been able to talk to a different level of retailers, and retailers was really considering Frederique Constant part of the big guys. And even if we know that there is different level, but we saw the shift, and we also had to bring something. And that's the reason why we really wanted to show the capacity of Frederique Constant. So therefore we introduced a tourbillon, very well priced with a new design as well, and this design will remain for the next years to come.
Sure.
Something much more, even more classic, very pure and clean features that really show the direction of Frederique Constant, but without jeopardizing the positioning and remaining affordable compared to what you can have within the industry.
Yeah.
But not only in terms of price, that's also very important. We're not talking about being affordable, but it's more the ratio that we have behind price, quality, and the innovation that you have behind it. We also introduced a big date, the movement 735, which was also the first time we're introducing this complication at Frederique Constant. And now every year that we are launching a new product, we're going to have a more mass production, not limited edition, but we will always have limited edition. 35 pieces was last year to celebrate 35th anniversary, and this year we have limited edition 36 pieces because
of the Tourbillon Aventurine.
Tourbillon Aventurine, but also the 716, the classic
the
moon
meteorite
phase,
moon phase,
the Malachite, with the Malachites,
yes.
But last year we introduced both of the Tourbillon and the big date with a meteorite dial and platinum case.
Yeah. Circling back to one of the questions that I didn't get an answer for, out of the 35 manufactured calibers, which one is your personal favorite?
So personally, I really like our calendar perpetual manufacture, which also that I am wearing. We introduced it in 2016 in a more classical case at 42 millimeters, and I do remember that at that time, during Basel World, a lot of brands came to our booth because you just couldn't realize and you couldn't imagine that Frederique Constant was doing such a movement also at that price. And and still it has been a very successful movement. And now we're even thinking, how can we help this movement for later? I won't tell more, but there is something behind that should come anytime soon for this.
We look forward to
this
it.
caliber.
We're looking forward to it. Why? I'll tell you, because it's my favorite caliber too.
Cool.
I have a taste for time displays in different ways, the calendar displays. So I love a date on my watches, and if it's a annual calendar or a complete calendar or a perpetual, that's what I would aim for. You know, that's what pulled me towards the manufactured perpetual calendar movement, because where else can you get a perpetual calendar under 10,000 euros? Where else can you get a tourbillon under 15,000 euros? Where else can you get a manufactured world timer with one single crown operation at under 4,000 euros? I mean, it's ridiculously underpriced. That's the feeling I got after handling the watches. Are you guys gonna kind of raise prices exponentially very soon?
I mean, that's not clearly our strategy. Again, otherwise we're just missing all the DNA of the brand. You know. But at some point, sometimes, worldwide industry is shifting. Raw materials are more expensive, but labors also. So everything have gone increase in term of prices. But again, we always really trying to maintain the prices, because that's also where we can add the value of Frederique Constant. And if we miss this part, then we're just missing everything. And it's clearly not our objective to increase the prices, even though, well, in a way we could, because
that's just the natural progression of everything.
Yeah, sure. And also the customer who may have bought this watch 5 years ago, he will be suddenly happy to see that the value of his watch is increased. So, but then we have to maintain it. But no, the objective is not to increase the prices. However, if there is a price increase, we need to justify it. And I think that's the most important, because final customers, they make their own research and they compare, and you have to bring something. And this is what we have done for the classic moon phase, because if we compare this movement compared to the previous one, yes, the price have gone up, but we can justify it with an increase of the power reserve to 72 hours, keeping the same frequencies. So here again, we can easily justify, and the final customer can understand it.
And incremental updates are always appreciated. I mean, sure, the price may go up, but as long as you're getting extra features, newer calibers, newer finishing, it's justified. It's fine. I mean, that's what the watch, especially the watch buyer, has already understood, especially in India. And I'm the founder of the largest watch community in India, probably the largest integrated watch community in the world. We have over 15,000 members across the country and the world. And because of our existence, I personally have a good understanding of the Indian watch market. And we see what people want, we understand what people look for in watches. And man, I must tell you, Frederique Constant fits the bill for many things. It checks so many boxes. Swiss made, amazing watches, affordable price points, great quality. I mean, to maintain extremely high quality, keeping the standards high is very difficult. I totally understand that. And a lot of other watches in the same price bracket kind of take the easy way out of making sports watches, divers and chronographs and whatnot, and using different colors. That's fine, but I see that Frederique Constant kind of keeps it simple, keeps it clean, sticks to their DNA. These are things that really, truly appreciated by the watch buyers in India.
I think I fully agree with you when you said that Frederique Constant and Indian has always been a match.
Yeah.
Because the Indian, obviously, they know what they're going to buy, and they're really looking at this ratio. I mean, they want to have a strong emotion link with the watch, and it has to match also what they're thinking.
Yes.
And
we are a very emotional people, so the emotion has to match as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you buy something, you can easily justify yourself the reason why I'm buying it. Absolutely. Because it's nice, I like it, but it gives you also a good conscience, like, okay, I know why I'm buying this brand. And I've been involved, and I've been managing Indian market since more than 10 years, and I've seen the shift, but we always grow in the markets, Indian market and Frederique Constant. At the same time, I've been aligned, and I think it's there is a nice match. Between the two.
Definitely, I completely agree. What do you think is the general state of watchmaking in the world right now? Because we see a downtrend in the market. It's visible. I mean, we saw crazy highs of the post-pandemic markets, but now we are seeing it's not catastrophic, but it's definitely a perceptible downturn in the market. And where do you see the market, the watch industry heading from here?
Well, we've seen it, the shift. I must say that the very entry price, I'm talking about the Swiss made, and all the exportation figures show it that the very entry price, that's the segment that is suffering the most. In the opposite, the very high end is doing extremely well. So we are going very on the extreme, and the mid price range could struggle also. On our side, so far, we are lucky because we have this two possibilities to catch new customers, because yes, we belong to the access to the premium segment. We do entry price point, we do middle price automatic at 1,000 Swiss franc or 2,000 Swiss franc. But we also belong to the brand who are selling above 4,000. Having our manufacturer. So we are playing on both sides, and we can capitalize on that one.
And that gives you a lot of advantage too.
Exactly, because we have today this unique positioning, being strong on the two. The fact that we also have a strong ladies collection, which today we've seen it, and especially in India, because internationally the ratio could be 65% for gents, 35% for ladies. However, in India, sometimes we can go 50-50.
That's amazing. I wasn't aware of those figures. That's fantastic news, because as a community of watch collectors, we are heavily male-driven.
Sure. So how do you see this? Ladies, do you see the ladies?
Yes, we do. Actually, this was a perceptible change and appreciation for Frederique Constant as a brand that I've seen and I've appreciated in not women, watch collectors, but at least buyers who go out and look for an affordable watch which looks good, which gives them good wrist presence, and an aesthetic that they appreciate right off the bat. right? It's us who go into the nitty-gritties of the watch and look at the calibers and look at the materials and the origin and etc. Most women watch collectors, lady watch collectors don't do that. They like the aesthetic, they buy it, they appreciate it, you know. So I have seen that appreciation for Frederique Constant as a brand in the Indian ladies
we've seen, and I mean, in a way, we have always have been strong for ladies in India, and again, after years and years, I think the ladies recognize the brand, and we even had some collection which was designed by ladies for ladies. So a lot of attention, details for the for ladies' watch that the ladies could easily appreciate, and that's for the Indian market. Then internationally, this shift, indeed, the situation is not easy for everyone, but I believe the innovation and be able to give a fair product with no line, being super transparent of what are we doing, and that could be the way to not to survive, but that would be the way to perform in a way, and still be alive, because some brand will suffer about the crisis.
I get that. I completely hear you, because you know we're looking at not just Frederique Constant, but many other brands in the same price category doing different things, and we can see the the direction they're heading in, and it's not good, honestly. I'm not going to name names, of course, because that's not the purpose of this video. But we see that Frederique Constant as a brand is doing right things.
We're doing right thing, and I mean, we didn't change that much. Also, the perception, the DNA. So, years after years, people can really see us, our partners first, but also the final customer that we have been consistent, and therefore we just stick to it. And in a way, we're still a young brand, 35 years, 36 now. A lot of final customers still don't know about Frederique Constant, so we still have a long way to do, and we are a growing brand. Even though time is difficult, we're still growing, and I must say that since I joined the company, it's doing difficult time, that this is exactly where we have been able to grow and grab market share, because people are much more into understanding why they will spend their money. When everything goes well, you just buy because of a name, or potentially just by the look. But when it's time difficult, you need to justify at least for yourself. Why do you, and should I spend my money wisely? And therefore, yes, Frederique Constant can help you in this segment. And therefore, yes, even times are difficult in the industry, we are doing well. And the last point I would to touch with you is, we believe internally that sustainability will be at some point also something that the brand will look at, because the new generation are very sensitive to this transparency, and also the experience that the brand can offer to the final customer, that help to the to make the decision, the buying decision. And this is something that the brand should look at, and at least this is what we are looking at, and preparing what will be the future in terms of sustainability. And I cannot disclose, but we are working on something which will be able to,
that's amazing.
To introduce a bit later.
We definitely look forward
to the record, I can give you some more tips.
After the interview. Yes. Okay, so that's actually a very good point that you touched upon, because if a brand, if a manufacturer can do well for themselves in a period of downward economic climate, they'll do very well when the climate is better. You know, so we have the best wishes for Frederique Constant as a brand. We believe in you, and we want to see you do good things.
Thanks.
Since we spoke about the enterprise aspect of the industry, how has the shift from being an independent watchmaker to being a part of the Citizen Group? How has the change been for you guys?
So I must say that it was one of the reasons also the founder Peter decided to work with Citizen, Japanese group, is because he knew that they will leave Frederique Constant with their independency. That's the way also the Citizen Group, with all the different affiliates, everyone has really did independent, and they let you do what you know, and how to do it. And the shift has been more into more supports financially.
Sure.
That's also, I mean, we have been able to double the size of the manufacturer.
Right.
So so now we're really still ready for the next 5 years to come.
Yeah.
Easy. So that was a first investment,
sure.
But also being part at Watches and Wonders, it's an investment.
Certainly.
And with the support of the group, it helps. And then I must say that the support on the operation is helping, even though we are a Swiss brand working in a Swiss environment. They help in the direction of being super accurate on your production and in deliveries. Of course, it takes time, but this is something we are moving forward. Always keeping the Swiss design and marketing. That's very important. But it's more underneath on all the operation, and otherwise now we have been able to keep really our way to work, our DNA.
Sure.
They clearly they don't want to put us in a box that will fit their
own company's agenda or outlook. Fair, no, I completely hear you, and it's a testament to the fact that Citizen is a good company to work with, because they could. I mean, I don't know how it works. Of course, I'm speaking from a very layperson point of view here, but they have not enforced their movement protocols onto you guys, caliber protocols onto you guys, and have let you remain a fully Swiss-made manufacturer. And that's very important, because the differentiation needs to exist. Otherwise, other enterprise projects are kind of all over the place in this regard. Okay, I think that answers a lot of questions for us as a community, because a lot of the collectors want to know these things. And we've now for my next and probably my last question of this chat. This is something that we've already touched upon during this conversation. But where do you see? How do you perceive the Indian market? Where do you see the brand Frederique Constant as a part of the Indian buyer's mindset? And what's the future outlook for the Indian market for you?
So I remember was 8 years ago. I had an interview with a journalist, and that person, she asked me exactly the same question, and I said to her, within 5 years, we're going to put India in the top 10 markets.
Amazing. Wow.
That was 8 years ago, and today we rank 7 worldwide.
Oh, we're almost there then. And 2 years to go.
But in 2 years, I can tell that India will be on the top 5. That will be in the top 5, and that's how we see it, because the possibilities are here. When other market, much more mature markets, the growth could be limited, and it will be much more into our manufacture collection that will help us to pull. In India, we have everything can just go higher for our classics, for the ladies, for our sporty chic high life collection, and obviously the manufacturer. This is the main direction also for the next 2 years, to focus on the manufacturer, because that's explain Frederique Constant history, DNA, and help to have a comprehensive idea of who we are and what we're doing, and justifying all the rest of what we're doing. And therefore, that will be the direction for India market, to make sure that also people knows about Frederique Constant, that we are a manufacturer based in Geneva. What does it mean based in Geneva? You have a different standard that you have to respect. When you put Geneva on your dial is different than just not putting it. So that's why we have this high standard that we want to respect, and we want to accelerate. So the journey is still on, and we have still a long way to do.
Long way to go. Now, it's been a privilege to talk to you and learn more about the brand, right from a person who is deeply involved with the manufacture. It's been great talking to you, Williams Bess.
Pleasure.
I wish you the best in India. I hope you get to try amazing street food here, and the weather treats you nicely as well.
Especially in Mumbai.
Especially in Mumbai.
to be ranked number 5, I know that I have to travel much more in India. And I used to travel 3 times, 4 times sometimes per year. I've been traveling more in India than my own countries.
Wow, look at that.
So definitely I'll come back soon to Delhi to visit you.
Thank you so much for your time today. It has been wonderful having a conversation with you, and I wish you the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.